Where do you think that roadblock began?
I think that roadblock began with clout chasing.
In what sense?
I'm a bright light, G. So I come out here, I'm out here. And that's sexy. I was drunk, and then I felt infringed upon. Yeah, like in terms of my proximity, but I wasn't in my right mind. And so it's on me.
Yeah.
Yeah. None of that. I just go out and I go listen to music. Feels good right now. And I'm not hurting nobody. There's 2-3 people I hurt, I'm gonna deal with that.
Is that not a wake-up call of like, damn, dude, like...
Nah, because it wasn't bro, I'm not a fighter, bro. These people are clout chasers. It's not nice to hurt people, ever. It's fucking lame. People got hurt, I gotta deal with that. I'm gonna deal with that. I'm gonna deal with that in full. I'll eat it all. It was on me, it's not on them, it's on me. I fucked up, it's on me. I fucked up, it's on me.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So you take responsibility for...
1000%, we're not gonna play games.
Yeah.
But I had a great time.
Definitely.
Okay, so a lot of us saw it. Shia LaBeouf has done an interview after his arrest, after assaulting 3 gay men. And he did this interview with Andrew Callahan. There's a lot of videos being made about it, but there's one bit that it called my attention, which is when he says,
joy is sacred, bro. And this is what I'm dealing with out here is like, I don't really know how to get to joy.
This for me is the smoking gun of all of this problem. We have all these things that we achieve and want to achieve for our safety and for other people's admiration. We somehow lost the motivation to have joy. Let's not confuse joy with euphoria. So let's unpack this. Shia LaBeouf says, I don't know how to get joy. 2. His life should produce joy, right? He has money and notoriety, and since his childhood he can take care of his family or whomever he wants. He has this opportunity, these reinvention narratives. He can be an artist sometimes, he can be a movie star, he could even do a comeback if he wanted. This is all external things. Even fatherhood can be considered an external thing. At least he speaks in that manner.
My kid is happy, dog. My kid is fucking...
How old are they?
She's 3.
So just now getting to that age where she sort of has figured out what's going on.
She knows daddy's a Rolling Stone. She knew that for a while. And she knows mommy's a Rolling Stone too. In her way. She got cool parents.
I'm a cool mom!
By our society, which is not a good standard, but by our society standard, he hit the formula for happiness, yet Shia LaBeouf is an absolute mess in this interview.
It got quite intimate, actually. Fuck was his name? I don't even remember. Fuck was his name?
Not a mess in the sense that he should be better, that he should be well-spoken, that he shouldn't drink, but you can tell Shia LaBeouf is not grounded. He's under the influence of something. He can barely finish a thought. He keeps interrupting himself, keeps acting a bit strange. The interview, it's very hard to follow along what he is trying to say, and it's very hard to follow along what he means to say. But this guy has everything to be happy, yet he can't. He has everything to have joy, yet he can't. Party whenever he wants to. He goes outside all the time, yet he can't. It feels more like he's running away more than being happy. 3. I feel like the signal that something is wrong is right here, looking at us.
To tell you, I'm on it. I'm on a path, and I'm okay. You know what I mean? I'm okay.
I think that's important to know because
that's important to know.
You are doing okay.
I'm okay. I'm curious, and God's got me.
What would you say to Jesus if you could meet him?
I wouldn't say shit.
Really?
Nah. But I'd kiss him. I'd kiss him. I'd kiss his feet. No one say nothing. Chill out with these questions, Andrew.
My bad. I didn't know it was gonna make you emotional.
I'm a real Catholic, bro. A real one.
I just thought you had thought about it.
No, I'm a real one, bro.
This confusion, the constant contradiction, unfinished thought. And it's not that he has to be. It's not that he's not media ready. And it's not that he is not well-spoken. He's very well-spoken. If you see interviews from other years, you see that he's quite charismatic. If you grew up with someone that is violent and someone that has substance abuse, you'll know what are you looking at. And you know how this interview makes you feel. Drew Callahan seems to be, at all times, managing him instead of communicating with him.
I'm gonna talk for me. Let's start over. Click. Start the
to the
whole interview
beginning.
over. Start the interview over, bro.
Seems to be this danger in the air that at any moment he might set off. This bomb might explode.
No, I won the lottery. What the fuck is talent, Andrew? I won the lottery, fool. I completely won the lottery. Dude, I won the lottery. I won a scratch off. It's like that. It's like I won a scratch off lottery.
This is what it feels to be with someone that is ungrounded. You feel like you need to manage them. They put themselves in a position to be managed.
Shape though, I look like I'm thinking, huh? Look like I'm thinking hard as fuck, bro. Oh my God. I'm thinking so hard. What was the question?
They have to be pampered all the time. They have to be talked around. Because at any moment he might get up or do something impulsive. Now, this one is a complete wild speculation on my part, but I feel at liberty of saying it because I know a lot of these guys, and I have a lot of these guys around me. These types of guys, and Shia LaBeouf, never had an actual friend in their lives. And when I say friend, I don't mean a person to drink and to do drugs with. I do mean an actual friend, someone you rely on, someone you connect with, someone you waste your time with. Not only giggle and have joy, but also have hard times and hard conversations and grow and fight and make up. I feel like this whole thing that these guys do is going out, do drugs and drink because that's a proxy for connection, a substitute for friendship. Drinking becomes a substitute for friendship because you get all giddy and giggly and you think you're having a good time, but you actually want to connect, but you can't. It's incredibly heartbreaking. Guys like this type, because they are hungry to connect, yet they are not willing to look at the other person. They're not willing to listen to the other story. They're not willing to actually be burdened by the other person. Tragic. It's very interesting. Shia LaBeouf sees himself as a guy that lives for love and a guy that says all good, very hippie, yet he needs to be managed. Yet he's not a fighter, but he ends up in jail and has problems with the ex-wife that we know. As I'm editing this video, I saw a bunch of videos saying that Shia LaBeouf is crazy, but he's so introspective. And I feel like I need to give a note to this. This is not what introspection looks like. I'm sorry. Shia LaBeouf does have some sort of self-awareness, maybe. Or he knows exactly what the outside world thinks of him. It's not the same as introspection. He knows that people will say he acted poorly, and he knows his behaviors poorly according to other people around him. But we can see in this interview that inside, he thinks it's justified. Again, what's going on here is not introspection. What's going on here is a man of two minds. The outside of what the public thinks of him, that he thinks is true, and the inside, a contradictory thought, which he also thinks is true. He's not lying in these interviews. He's being inconsistent because he doesn't know which voice to hear. There's so many signals here that something is wrong internally. And this is what happens with a lot of abusive types or traumatized types. You keep filling the blanks because they don't want to do the work. And this is the problem here. Joy doesn't appear not because he lacks joy, but because he's not doing the work and he doesn't want to do the work.
I'm so fucking I don't give a fuck no more. You know, I'm just like, I'm just done with the self-analytical shit. It doesn't bring happiness.
In terms of deep introspection about
Bro,
why.
every time I think about me, I'm unhappy.
Because joy for me is not the same as euphoria. And joy for me is not the same as just laughter.
I know program dudes that experience the joy I'm talking about. I remember how it first came in. There's a different kind of joy I'm talking about. I'm talking about a different kind of unhinged, maniacal joy.
But joy is this feeling that you are in the right place, in the right time. Joy is this idea of alignment, of equilibrium, that even when things are bad, somehow you know you can work it out. You put your best foot forward. And I think joy only appears when two things are in alignment, your inner life and your outer life. And your inner life is very much you being very aware of who you are, of you assigning your own meaning to life and having your emotions integrated, understood. And Shia LaBeouf has none of these. What he says he is doesn't match the outside. He says he's for peace, but he keeps getting into fights and being violent. He talks about meaning, but all his meaning is borrowed from outside, from being an artist, from being a Catholic, from being a father. And all his emotional integration is doing none of the work.
Like thinking about yourself?
I think it's true all around. I think it's just true. Every time a person thinks about themselves, they're unhappy.
Oh, I know what you mean. Sitting around.
Just fucking self-reflection, all this navel gate, you're just gonna be unhappy. This helps me just like get out on town.
Anything about how he feels ends up with I don't know, I don't know, I don't know. Shia says he refuses to look inside because he's tired. And this is what he doesn't understand, that to look inside is supposed to be ugly. You need to confront yourself. This is what Shia is not doing, because inner work will make you face yourself. All the ways that you blame yourself, all the ways that you think you're a monster, not in the glamorous way that he says, like, oh, I'm an idiot. Actual confrontation with demons you wouldn't admit in camera, with demons you don't admit to yourself. For example, and this is a hypothesis, it feels like he hates himself, that he still loves his dad, who is an abusive character. It's a very hard thing to admit, that the person you love is an abuser. So this inner life, identity, meaning, and emotional integration has to be in alignment with the outer life, your role in society, your reputation, your public narrative. These he got. He's been working on forever. As an artist, as an actor, his role now, his whole role is to be a party man that is a Catholic, and he's riding this Catholic thing very far. But what's going on inside doesn't match this. Alignment doesn't exist. Therefore, joy can never be. Joy only comes when these two, outer and inner, reinforce each other, make you grow, make you evolve to the next step, give you motivation to do the next thing. He now is just on this way of, I just want to be fine, I just want to be happy, I just want to go party, just leave me the fuck alone, which is fine as his choice, but you're not going to get joy like that. Nobody ever gets joy from just being inebriated every day, all day. What we see right here is they are speaking like they are 14 years old. They're not speaking like two grown-up men. They speaking like I imagine 14-year-olds speak.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Easy.
I think a lot of people probably saw some of the Mardi Gras media coverage.
I understand.
Heard about the arrest and stuff.
God bless them.
Likely want to know how you're doing.
Bro, I've been having the time of my life.
Good. And he's well-spoken. I've seen him speaking before. He can speak. It's just this persona replaced the person. It's just this persona of, I think, his idea of masculinity. I think his idea of being a little bit scary, a little bit unstable, a little bit. He keeps this persona of big man, but he keeps calling himself kid. In several instances, I've noticed, he keeps calling himself kid.
I'm a big God boy, you know. I'm guidance there, you know what I mean? I'm really a church kid, bro. People don't know that, but I got so much support.
He even says he has a little man syndrome.
Small man complex, some kind of Napoleonic, I don't know what it is. I think it's something that has to do with anger and ego more so than my drinking.
At one point he admits he's homophobic, but I don't think he is homophobic. I think...
To be honest with you, big gay people are scary to me.
What do you mean?
When I'm like standing by myself and 3 gay dudes are next to me touching my leg, I get scared. Mm-hmm. If that's homophobic, then I'm that.
He's just afraid of old men who abuse young kids. And that's all I'll say about that. I don't think this was a homophobic moment. I think this was a very traumatic moment that came through. This persona that does fights is replacing the person underneath who desperately needs stability, desperately needs rules. That's why he went to Catholicism. He speaks of freedom, but what he craves, again, he says he wants freedom, but what he craves and what he talks about is rules and structure through Catholicism, through AA, through all of these identities that he talks about. This outer identity and narrative keeps evolving and changing, and the inner narrative just stays the same. 14-year-old who's scared and needs to front sex. He also has this thing of self-deprecation. He calls himself an idiot, and he calls himself a few names like, oh, I don't know anything, I'm not the best person for this, I'm not the best person for that. But it's not, it comes off as self-deprecation and comes off as humility, but it's not true humility. Because true humility is to admit a flaw and then deal with it, facing it, changing it if you can. But here's just a shield. It's just joking. Admitting something awful is just to joke, to deflect. It's a way to avoid criticism is if you criticize yourself first, but you're not actually interested in being better. Shia is not actually interested in becoming better. He just wants to be where he is and do this talk, so we out here do the work for him. I saw this interview 3 times and I kept doing the work and filling the blanks to see what I could in the ways I could excuse him. Because I have people like this in my life and I'm used to excuse people like this in my life. And this is what happens. Guys like this get excused, get a free pass. Girls that do a quarter of this get finished. So the real problem here with Shia is not a lack of joy, but a misalignment. He doesn't know himself. Therefore, he wouldn't know what makes him happy. He can hide behind the macho bullshit, and he can hide behind the AA and the Catholicism, the drinking, and the other tribe that he says it belongs to, and his family name. But it's all misaligned, because he doesn't know himself and we don't know him. We're just here looking outside, seeing the signs. One thing is clear, is that this role of his is just, it doesn't fit anymore. He's not keeping up. In 2026, this good guy is saying he is homophobic. He's making jokes on bad behavior. He has no intention of changing. And the only thing he cares is partying. He says he wants to be left alone, yet he did this interview and he keeps appearing. He could be left alone if he wanted to. So joy is not something you find. Joy is just something that happens when the outside and the inside match. Thank you very much.
Bye. Game over. That's all I need, Andrew. That's the end of it. I don't give a fuck what they say. Fuck it. We win. I don't give a fuck what this. Bro, are you fucking kidding me, bro? Oh, I just broke my wall. Damn, dude. Damn, bro. I just broke my wall. And I just had these walls painted, bro.